My name is Joe Reichert, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Saab Doctor. In today's episode, we are going to be searching for rust on the 95-9000 Aero. Saw a few pictures of another guy that was working on one of these, pulled off the bumper and whatnot, and there was just rust everywhere. So we're going to do a bit of digging. Since this car is a full restoration, a long-term project, I want to make sure it's right. So stay tuned. Okay, so where we're going to start is we're going to start by removing the bumper. Removing the bumper starts with taking out the fasteners and the wheel well, so let's start there. These are just a couple of 10 millimeter. Well, this is a 10 millimeter, and this I believe is like an 8. Okay, and one thing I've learned is it looks like to take off the bumper, you have to take off this overarch as well, and it looks like there's 3 or 4 bolts or 3 or 4 nuts in that. All right. This is a big success right here. This overarch has no rust in it, which is better than I expected. I expected to find something in this because normally like that plastic trim tends to trap things in it. So let's keep heading back with the bumper. I'm starting to find chunks of what looks like it could be body, so that's not good. Now let me just add in, I have never removed a 9000 bumper before, so this is all trial and error at this point. Alright, hopefully this is the home stretch for this. just in case you're curious what I'm doing right now, I think I've come to the conclusion that this bumper is held in by the crash bar. So I'm taking the 8 bolts out of the crash bar so I can remove the crash bar and the bumper together. I could be wrong with this, but right now that's my only educated guess as to why this isn't coming off, because I've taken out all the bolts that should theoretically hold it in, and it's still on. So I'm going to remove these and hope this comes off. Okay, so the bumper is off now, which is a really good thing, because that means that we can actually look around for rust in back. So let's do that quick. Okay, so starting with the driver's side, the exterior is actually really good, other than obviously some rust on these, and these will be easy to just take off and clean up. What I'm a little concerned about is, it's probably hard to see, but I found this hole while I was doing all this. So this will have to be cut out. This is going to have to be cut out and patched. Luckily, this is in a spot where realistically I can just put some sheet metal in, cut it out, put some sheet metal in, form it, and then I can actually just hit it with like a rubberized bed liner or something, because there isn't that much bad back here. This is all pretty solid, even though there's some surface rust. This I can sand up and coat. So that's not bad. Obviously this muffler is going away, and then things like this arm I can just coat. Not a big deal, that I knew about before. So that's actually not that bad. Looking across the back side of the car, actually not bad at all, which I'm very, very happy about. There's a little bit of rust on this tow hook. Take this off, clean it up. This is all solid, so that's not bad at all. It's good. And this muffler hanger can get cleaned up as well. That's not a big deal. So that's all good. Passenger side, once again, these clips that hold the bumper on, and there's this one that was fighting me a bit, just needs to be cleaned up. Then there's a little bit of rust right here. I can probably, because this is not rusty on the back side, I can probably hit this with, you know, a wire wheel, then hit it with some like rust converter, and it'll probably be okay. This isn't that bad. Otherwise, this is all pretty good. This one I thought was rusty, but it's not. It's just dirty. But I did find out, and we knew that the shock tower on the other side wasn't good, but I don't think I noticed that this one was bad. So this one's bad as well. I'm gonna have to cut this shock tower out, weld in something new over here. So a little, you know, a little bit extra work over here, a little bit of rust down here. It's not that terrible. This I can probably overall just clean this area up, and most of this can get coated with just bed liner, because you aren't going to see, you know, like down here, this you aren't going to see at all anything in this. And here, having this coated actually wouldn't hurt it any. It would help protect it a little bit after, as long as it's cleaned up well. So got to clean that up, this bit. So actually this isn't that terrible for rust, so that's good. Now I should probably take off the side skirts and the front bumper, but I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. I'll probably at least do the front bumper though, because I have to get it prepared for dropping the engine. So the reason I wanted to take off the rear bumper right away is because somebody had posted a bunch of like really rusty pictures from underneath their bumper in one of the 9,000 groups or one of the local groups, I can't remember. And that actually made me really concerned about what the condition of mine was. So that's why I want to make sure to take that off and see what's going on underneath there. Alright, for the front of the 9,000, I'm going to start by taking the headlights off. So this is done with a T25 Torx. And the side bracket is a 10 millimeter. Okay, so just so everyone knows, part of the reason why I'm pulling this apart is also so I can figure out some diagnostic issues. Things like this has a bunch of, and it's really hard to see on camera, but this is a bunch of like green death or corrosion in the plug. So that is possibly why my headlights weren't working at all. Because I remember this one was either out or really dim, and the other one was either out or really dim. So that'll make it so I can actually take these, clean up all the connectors as well, replace all the bulbs, make sure to troubleshoot everything. So, might as well keep taking the bumper off. Okay, well, it looks like this side was actually missing a bunch of screws, or a bunch of nuts. So, I'll be having to order those. Missing and broken seems to be the thing. This corner one was actually broken off of the side skirt. Cool! Alright, so the front came off a lot easier, and amazingly enough, there's no actual rust up here. So this is a really, really good thing. Everything looks really clean up here, except for, you know, a little bit around here, and that's from these. Otherwise, really clean. So that's good. This is also going to make it way easier to pull the motor and everything that goes along with that. So that's it's really good. It's a really positive thing. I'm excited. So we searched for rust in the 9000, and there isn't any really bad rust, other than those two shock towers that we already knew the one was bad, and now we know the other one is bad. So those will have to be cut out, ground down, weld in some new pieces. That's not a huge deal because it seems like a very, very common thing on the 9000s, especially cars of this age in general. So that's good. One thing I want to do is I want to thank everybody. We've hit 3,000 subscribers. Super, super exciting. I did not expect to do that in under a year. So I want to thank all of you that have subscribed, that are going to subscribe, that enjoy the content. Thank you so, so much. One other thing I want to do is kind of apologize for the last month and a half where I have been absent. I've been really, really busy doing a lot of things to both the shop. We did new shop doors, so you'll be able to see a couple pictures of those, and it's a huge improvement with the new shop doors. The other thing I did was, we bought this house 2 years ago. We had a lot of things that we had torn apart, started renovating that we just didn't finish. Going to be some pictures over here. over here of everything that we've done. And, you know, I just wanted to get all of those projects that we'd finished, or get all of those projects that we started finished. So that's kind of where I've been. That's why I've been absent. It's been really tough kind of just getting away from things, because honestly, I haven't wrenched on a car in over a month, which for me is tough. I enjoy it. I'm, you know, when Tavarish says wrench every day, that's pretty much what I do. I really enjoy it, and it's something I haven't done. So I'm excited to be able to get back at it, get the 9000 moving, get some other projects worked on, and just being able to work on cars again. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me being a little bit long-winded. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for 3,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe, and Saab on, folks.